Hello again, YouTube, and welcome to my fourth vlog of my trip to Tokyo, Japan. If you're new here, I'd recommend watching the first three. I'll put a link to the first one somewhere on the screen. But if you've seen the first three, welcome back, and I'm really happy you've been sticking with me throughout this trip. We are starting this video on day 5 of our trip with another walk. We're headed to the first little park that I visited in day 2, all by myself while Garrett was dealing with his migraine. Garrett really wanted to see the park that I went to, so we decided to spend our morning doing just that. We sat down on the same bench that I sat at, where I had that reality check that I was actually in Japan and not just dreaming. Garrett and I had a reservation for a gaming lounge shortly after our walk, so we began to head that way. We arrived to the esports cafe, but we had some time to spare, so we walked into this arcade. There were so many claw machines and other stuff, it was so cool. And then we found Mario Kart. This was so fun. And then finally it was time to spend a few hours playing some games because we're nerds, and even in Japan we still had to get some video games in. We stopped at a shabu shabu restaurant for dinner, which is basically where you have a broth of your choice on a hot plate in front of you, and then you pick your own veggies and meat and you order them endlessly to your table, and then you cook them all in the broth. The meats were delivered to you on this adorable robot that played music. They were all so cute. This was a really fun way to eat a meal, and everything was so good. This was actually the last thing I filmed for this day, but I'm pretty sure we stopped at 7-Eleven, and I definitely did not order more Jacoby potato sticks, and you can trust me on that. Anyway, moving on to the next day. As you can see, it was a little rainy out, but that didn't stop us from heading to Shinjuku. We actually didn't have anything planned or booked in Shinjuku, so we just walked around most of the time enjoying some of the more famous sites like this 3D cat, and of course, the Godzilla head. We walked around some more and found ourselves in another arcade. I don't actually know what these are called, to be honest. There's just lots of games, claw machines, and all sorts of entertainment and prize machines. Guys, it's me! I'm Ender! You're gonna try and win it for me?
I'm gonna try.
Alright, let's see. No. Then we stopped at this little bar in Shinjuku and was honestly one of my favorite experiences of this trip. We ended up meeting some locals and talking to them for a while. It was super cool to hear what life was like for them in Japan and talking about our trip and just traveling in general. We just had great conversations. I don't actually have a video of them, but I did take this picture of all of us. This pizza place looked so good, but it was closed, so we had to search for another pizza place nearby. Later that day, we began our walk to, and I know I say this a lot, one of my favorite experiences of our entire trip. You might be able to tell by this arena that we are about to watch some sumo wrestling. This was not an actual tournament, it was just a show for entertainment. Our side of the arena was rooting for Asonohide. We got to learn some common practices in sumo wrestling, as well as what not to do. And then a 3-round tournament began.
Alright, here we go, everyone. Round 1, make some noise! Are you on?
Right before the last round, we all got to participate in throwing salt into the arena, which is traditionally done to cleanse the space and ward off evil spirits. And Asonohide wins the final round and the entire thing. Lastly, they picked members from the audience to face the wrestlers themselves, and this was hilarious. I didn't record each fight, but I did record the last one where Asanohide is clearly wore out. And then finally, we took a photo with the wrestlers. I highly recommend this experience for your first time in Japan. It was super fun and we learned a lot about sumo wrestling. We did have to book a few days in advance, so keep that in mind if you want to go. And if you don't want to go, well, then you're missing out. What can I say? And that is all the footage that I recorded for that day. So here's footage of me playing the video game Old School RuneScape. I recorded this footage in the sports cafe from earlier in the video, and I was gonna use it for a separate video on my second channel, but I decided not to make that video, so I'm putting it to use in this video because it took me forever to figure out how to record the footage and save it on a cloud for me to use, so it's going here. But that means I don't have video proof that we went to 7-Eleven after the sumo wrestling show, but I just know we did, trust me. But I really highly doubt that I got those Jagabee potato sticks though, because who would be crazy enough to get them 6 days in a row? Certainly not me. Anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as we did. The next video, we are heading to Shibuya to do way too much shopping and also cross the busiest crosswalk in the world. See you then.